In every trader's mind, there are two invisible hands that move faster than reason: fear and greed. They whisper before we even act. We call it intuition, impulse, instinct. But beneath the surface, it is emotion guiding us while logic sleeps. The market doesn't just test your knowledge, it tests your humanity. We like to believe we are rational, that our charts, numbers, and models protect us from emotion. Yet every decision hides a subtle bias, a quiet hope or a quiet dread. Fear and greed do not announce themselves. They wear the mask of reason. Success feels like clarity until it blinds you. A profit creates confidence, and confidence bursts carelessness. Greed is not only the hunger for more, it is the illusion that we deserve more. That illusion destroys more fortunes than failure ever could. Fear is not weakness, it is architecture. It builds the walls we hide behind when uncertainty rises. We sell too soon, we doubt too quickly, we retreat when courage was needed most. Fear keeps us alive, but it also keeps us small. The market, like life, is a mirror. It reflects not what is true, but what we believe to be true. When the crowd panics, prices fall, not because of facts, but because of feelings. To understand the market is to understand ourselves. Crowds have no memory, only emotion. When you join them, you surrender your identity. The trader who follows the crowd trades against his own judgment. And when the noise fades, he realizes he has been running from himself. Greed is not loud. It does not shout in desire. It whispers in reason. It tells you, hold a little longer. You are almost there. Greed masquerades as optimism, as strategy, as vision. But when you listen too long, it becomes addiction. We crave control over the market, over outcomes, over fate. But control is the greatest illusion. The more we try to grasp it, the more it slips through our fingers. Wisdom begins when we learn to dance with uncertainty, not fight it. Most traders look at charts, not mirrors. They analyze trends, but rarely analyze themselves. The most profitable trade is the one made after you confront your own emotions. Yet most never do, because it's painful to see what drives us. Fear and greed are not opposites. They are partners. One feeds the other. Greed pushes prices up until fear pulls them down. The market breathes through this rhythm, and every trader breathes with it, knowingly or not. We often seek certainty in numbers, stop losses, ratios, algorithms. But numbers can't protect us from ourselves. You can automate a trade, but not emotion. Every crash, every bubble begins with the same lie. This time, it's different. Doubt is not always an enemy. It can be discipline in disguise. The moment you doubt your certainty, you make space for clarity. Wisdom is not confidence. It is the balance between conviction and humility. The greatest losses are not monetary, they are emotional. They are the moments when you abandon your principles to chase illusion. In that instant, you don't just lose money, you lose trust in yourself. Every loss carries a lesson written in pain. Every gain hides a test written in temptation. The market doesn't punish or reward, it educates. If you learn, you evolve. If you refuse, it repeats the lesson. Every decision passes through three layers: emotion, logic, and will. Emotion whispers, logic argues, and will decides which voice to obey. Most traders never realize how emotional their logic truly is. To master decision-making is to know which voice speaks truth. Ego is the shadow behind both fear and greed. It fears being wrong and craves being right. It turns markets into mirrors of self-worth. True mastery begins when you stop trading to prove something and start trading to understand something. Markets don't care about our hopes. They respond to reality, and reality is indifferent. When you surrender to what is, not what you wish, clarity emerges. That surrender is not defeat, it is freedom. Patience is the most undervalued currency in trading. It protects you from greed and shields you from fear. Most people lose not because they lack skill, but because they cannot wait for truth to reveal itself. The greatest victory is internal, mastering the mind that reacts, the voice that panics. When you can observe fear without obeying it and see greed without feeding it, you stop being a puppet and become the puppeteer. That is freedom, not from markets, but from yourself. Every chart is a map of human emotion, yours included. To see beyond fear and greed is to see reality clearly. And when you do, your trading becomes more than a profession. It becomes a meditation. If this reflection brought you clarity, share it. Perhaps someone else caught between fear and greed needs to hear it too. Like subscribe and continue the journey. Not to conquer the market, but to understand it.